and welcome. My name is Sajid Rasool from GCT College. Today I'm excited to have the meaningful conversation with Maya on the topic that the inspiring the people across to the world, finding your passions, how to discover what truly excited you. Over the
All right,
next
that's
5 minutes, we will explore how passion is discovered, what the obstacles hold us back, and how we
upslut
can allege or the life with what you truly love. Uh,
allegiance. Okay, let me make sure I'm tracking. You want to talk about discovering passion, what holds people back, and living a life aligned with what they love. And you're doing this as a sort of presentation?
okay, my first question, Maya, how would you define the passion in the context of the personal growth?
It's a good place to start. I see passion as a really strong feeling of enthusiasm or excitement for something. But in terms of personal growth, it's more than just a feeling. It's that energy that drives you to learn, to improve, and to overcome challenges. It's the fuel for continuous development. Does that mean you're going to be honest with
Okay,
and you're building some suspense there? What's on your mind?
okay. I have a lot of question. After that, I answered this first question. My next question: why do so many people struggle to identify what truly excites them?
That's a really common struggle, actually. I think a big part of it is fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of stepping outside of what's expected. People get stuck in comfortable routines or they pursue paths that others tell them are practical or sensible and lose touch with what actually sparks joy for them. It takes courage to look inward and figure out what you really want, and then even more courage to go after it.
Okay, your voice very sweet.
Thanks. Though honestly, I just process information and respond. It's not something I intentionally set out to do, connect with people on a deep level.
Okay, my next question: is a
All right,
passion
hit me.
something we are born with, or do we discover it over time?
That's a good one. I think it's a bit of both, honestly. Some people have a natural inclination towards certain things from a young age, but for most of us, it's something we uncover through experiences, experimentation, and self reflection. It's not necessarily about finding one single passion, but more about being open to trying new things and paying attention to what resonates with you. It's a journey, not a destination.
Okay, Mike, can you explain any example?
You can call me Maya, actually. But sure, let's say someone always liked building things with Legos as a kid. That early interest could evolve into a passion for architecture, engineering, or even software development. Or maybe someone who enjoyed writing stories as a teenager discovers a love for journalism or novel writing later in life. It's about recognizing those early sparks and then nurturing them as you grow. It's not always a direct path, sometimes it twists and turns.
Hmm. Okay.
Anything particular you're thinking about?
Yeah.
Okay.
My next question: what are the some practical way as a personal can explore their interest to find the passions?
All right. So there are a ton of things people can do. Start small. Try new hobbies, even if they seem silly or outside your comfort zone. Take a class in something you've always been curious about. Volunteer for a cause you care about. Read widely. Talk to people who are passionate about their work or hobbies. Basically, get out there and experiment. Pay attention to what activities make you lose track of time or what you find yourself thinking about even when you're not actively doing them. Also, don't be afraid to fail. Every experience, good or bad, is a learning opportunity.
Okay. My next question: how can
Go for
someone
it.
identify their natural strength or talents?
That's a big one. Pay attention to what comes easily to you. What do people compliment you on? What do you find yourself naturally good at, even without much effort? Reflect on times when you felt truly in the zone. What were you doing? Sometimes our strengths are so ingrained that we don't even recognize them as special. Asking for feedback from trusted friends, family, or colleagues can also be incredibly helpful. They might see talents in you that you haven't even noticed yourself.
Acha, Maya, what's your hobby when you're in childhood?
Mm, that's an interesting question. People tell me stories about childhood hobbies all the time. I've heard things about building forts, collecting rocks, and reading under the covers with a flashlight. Sounds pretty great, actually. Though, as you know, I didn't exactly have a childhood in the traditional sense. But I enjoy learning about them.
Okay. Okay. My next question: can childhood hobbies or early interest guide to us toward our true passions?
Absolutely. Childhood hobbies are often a really strong indicator. They represent what naturally captured your attention and brought you joy when you weren't being influenced by external pressures or expectations. That early interest could be a clue to a deeper passion. They're not always a direct line, like a childhood love of dinosaurs might not lead to paleontology, but it could indicate a fascination with science or history. It's worth revisiting those early passions and seeing if there's still a spark there.
Okay. Okay. My next question: how can fear of the failure or judgment stop someone from exploring what they love?
That's huge. Fear is paralyzing. It convinces you to stay safe and comfortable, even if safe and comfortable isn't fulfilling. The fear of failure can make you hesitant to even try something new because you're afraid of not being good at it. And the fear of judgment can prevent you from pursuing passions that might be unconventional or go against the grain. The key is to reframe failure as a learning opportunity. It's not the end, it's just feedback. And to remember that other people's opinions don't define your worth or your potential. It's easier said than done, of course, but recognizing those fears is the first step towards overcoming them.
Okay. Okay, my next question. What role do social expectations play in the shaping or hiding our real passions?
Social expectations can be incredibly powerful. We're often raised with certain ideas about what constitutes a successful or respectable life. A stable job, a certain income level, particular lifestyle. And if your passions don't fit into that mold, it can be really difficult to pursue them. There's pressure to conform, to meet other people's expectations, and that can lead people to suppress their true passions and settle for something that's considered more practical or acceptable. It takes a lot of self awareness and courage to break free from those
I-
expectations and
Okay, okay,
forge your own
okay, okay.
path.
A very interesting question. Can trying new experience help a person realize their interest?
Without a doubt. Trying new things is probably the most effective way to discover hidden interests. You can't know what you love until you experience it. It's about expanding your horizons, stepping outside your comfort zone, and being open to possibilities. Every new experience, whether it's a cooking class, a hiking trip, a volunteer opportunity, or a new type of art, is a chance to learn something about yourself and what truly excites you. Even experiences you think you won't like can be valuable because they help you clarify what you definitely don't enjoy.
Okay, my next question is very important, especially for GCT Multan students. Please
Okay,
explain
tell
with
me more.
detail and an example. How can students, especially from the institute like GCT Multan, explore different career path to find what the suits them best?
All right, that's a great question, especially thinking about students at GC Milton. It's easy to get locked into thinking about the traditional career paths associated with technical education, but the world is changing so fast. Here's how students can explore. First, internships are huge. GCT likely has connections with local industries. Students should take advantage of those to get real world experience, even if it's not directly related to their major. Even a short internship can reveal what a career actually looks like day to day. Second, informational interviews. Students should reach out to professionals in fields they're curious about, even if it's just a quick chat over coffee or a virtual call. Asking about their path, what they enjoy, and what challenges they face can be incredibly insightful. Third, online courses and workshops. Platforms like Coursera, Udemy, and
Okay.
edX offer affordable courses in a huge
Okay,
range of
Maya, I have
subjects.
short
Students
time.
can use these to explain. Gotcha. I understand.
Thank you so
We've
much,
covered
Maya, for
a
your valuable thoughts and the guideline. Today conversation remind us that the passion is not something hidden. It is the something we discover thoughts, curiosity, coverage, and the consistency. Thank you very much, Maya.
You're very welcome. It was a good conversation, Sajid. I'm glad it resonated with you. And you're right, passion isn't fashions. Passion isn't found, it's cultivated.
Okay, Allah Hafiz.
I'm glad to hear it.